What is the most memorable birthday party you ever had? Sorry, we were just talking about Jossie's birthday.
Does it have to be my birthday party? Or
Yeah.
can it be somebody else's birthday party?
You can tell me your birthday party first, and then if it's someone else's, you can for sure add that in later if it was like some crazy experience.
Most memorable. Nothing. I never did anything crazy for my birthday, but we did go horseback riding one year.
Well, how old were you?
I was probably 8 or 9, and all my dude friends from elementary school, we all went horseback riding. I loved John Wayne when I was a kid.
Aw.
I still love
I was going to say, was that your choice?
It was my choice, absolutely. The Diamond
Did
T.
you wear cowboy hats?
I think you had to wear a helmet for various insurance purposes of children on horseback. But yeah, horseback riding, that was probably my favorite birthday party. Yeah.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty
Thanks,
baller.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Like,
Honestly, yeah. I don't know why I asked that question. I don't think I ever had an exciting birthday.
well, I was just trying to think about it. I was like, from most of my birthdays from like, I don't know, 18 to 26, I don't remember. So no memorable birthday parties from that group. Although I try to travel on my birthday. It's like near Easter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like near Easter and spring
You
break.
went to Florida last year,
like
right?
growing up, there's never like a good time to have a birthday party, but I think I took a bunch of friends to the Alanis Morissette concert in 7th grade.
Dude.
Oh, man.
Was it all gal pals?
No, I mixed it. It was like a mixture of boys and girls.
Oh, dang.
You had a boy-girl party? Wow.
Well, yeah.
Chill.
But I played boys hockey. So like everything I did was with boys pretty much.
Those
and
are
then
all your buddies.
And then like really actually the Alanis Morissette tickets were like a good opportunity to like meet girlfriends because I was like I could probably invite some to that concert. And like other than that, or like I didn't have a social life. I just went to the rink and it was always boys.
I always had my parents always let me have like a sleepover at my house. That was literally all that I did. But I do remember one year. This sounds so bad. Like I did not have that many like friends. Okay. That's not what I meant to say.
So the sleepover was literally just you and like one other person?
No.
Stuffies everywhere.
It was probably like 10 people, but
that's a lot.
No, I know.
Like
but
that's like a million.
But like this is the part that I thought sounded mean. I invited like 10 girls to my sleepover party, and my parents did this really cool thing where they took a picture of us and then they printed it out on iron-on sheets, and then we tie-dyed our own shirts and ironed on a picture of us from that day. Party. And then all these girls like wore this shirt to
It's the original Facebook Instagram stories. The original Instagram stories were from
But then it
Kayla's
makes
birthday.
it look so mean because it's like, oh, you weren't invited.
Wait, but don't you realize that's like humans like basic motivation for everything is it so that other people can get FOMO?
Status symbol.
Yeah, like so that other people can be like, that party looked fun, and then go do it themselves.
Literally my whole entire life it's been just stories of me getting left out. So the fact that I did that to other people.
You started it. You're the trendsetter. I wasn't even allowed to have sleepovers. All my life I missed out on every sleepover.
Seriously?
Meg Wingard had a birthday party sleepover. They watched it. Like
you
30 girls got to sleep over.
Oh, man.
But not you.
My mom was picking me up at like 9:15.
9:15, that's early too. Dang.
That's the thing.
That's
like not only
sad.
could I not sleep over, but then it was like I had to like admit that my parents put me to bed at 9:30 in 5th grade.
That is so sad. I feel like sleepovers were like the backbone of youth.
And I didn't get to have any. That's why I'm so weird.
Oh.
That's why
I wasn't socialized.
Well, I got to have sleepovers and I'm weird, so I guess it didn't solve everything.
I went right from having like the sleepovers where everything is scheduled and the parents know to just sort of telling my friends' parents, hey, I'm going to spend the night.
Yeah.
I did that pretty quickly.
The sleepovers where you watch scary movies was like such a thing, and I hated it because I was such a night owl. I would like be the only one awake and everyone else would be sleeping, and I'd just be watching this horrifying movie by myself.
Yeah, that sounds. See, then I'm glad I missed those things.
I was also the night owl. I was always the last one to fall asleep, and I was always like the first one to wake up.
Wait, you were the first one to wake up?
Yeah.
That was not me.
Because I wanted the nighttime to be over.
Okay, wait though, but memorable birthday parties at one of my siblings' birthdays when we were younger. I fell off the seat at McDonald's.
Oh no!
Like the McDonald's tables back in the day were like pretty awesome, but anyway, not that safe. And and all my teeth went through my chin. And that put an end to that birthday party pretty quick.
It wasn't even yours, and you ruined it.
I know, I ruined one. My sibling's birthday party is like right in the beginning. And now I have a scar where all my teeth went through my chin.
I didn't even know that. My mom used to tell me, like, they would take people. McDonald's was the spot.
The
like,
yes.
Yeah,
my mom, like, nannied. So she would just, like, take us all to the McDonald's place.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, that's like where I would take my kids there all the time when they were little.
Do they still have some somewhere?
They do, but then it's like, since then, social media tells you like how dirty they are, and all the moms just like helicopter their kids straight away from the
world is dirty.
Play place.
What are you talking about?
Just let them lick the slide.
I did. I let my kids.
There's no way around. On top of the mount, I'm queen of the mountain. My cup running over. I already told ya, I'm moving fast. You live in the past.
Did you know that I did leave part of your feet kicking in
I was
the video?
Say it.
No, but I like that.
I saw
Thank
the
you for
video,
that.
and
That makes me very happy.
you and I are full fledged.
I just like clipped off the end just so it would keep your feet kicking.
Good. I want people to see me kick my feet because I'm so GD excited to be here. This is my favorite time of the week. I get to BS with two of my buddies and
I know, you guys, it's so fun.
talk a little bit about hockey and check in with Jossie's social life, which is always far more entertaining than mine.
Yeah.
There's not a social component to it, though.
Yes, there is. You're
Not
always out and
really.
about. The whole town's talking about
The
it.
whole town.
Wait, am I ever out and about? No.
Yes,
Well, only at rinks.
that's out and about.
That is out and about. I'm at a lot of rinks.
Yeah.
You're around.
Yeah.
We hang out collectively at a lot of
But I'm not like
Spend a lot of time
out and
together.
about like Olivia.
Well, Olivia's out and about because Olivia's in high demand.
She's doing like cool things.
I know she
though,
does cool things, right?
Where I'm like, oh, wow. She like looks cool too.
That freaking video that you made of our walk-ups for Friday Night Ice, Tony looks like a jabroni. I look like a complete moron. And then there's Olivia, who's dressed super cool, walking all confidently, gives the camera a nice smile.
Hey, you gave the camera.
She's trained for this, though. She's trained for this.
Yeah, like it's
She went to school
unfair.
for it.
She
did
like
I.
she's.
You did?
I was a mass
Yeah, but
communications
You went to school
major.
to be a model.
No, I did not go to school to be
She
a model.
didn't go to school to be a model, but she's trained like runway trained. So
Has
is
she?
that fair?
Has she actually?
Yeah, she
Oh.
walks on runways.
Yeah, she's like a high. What do they call those models?
Oh, she's like a model.
Yeah.
she's like a
Oh.
legit.
I didn't know
So
that.
then you can feel less bad about yourself. Also, my favorite descriptor that Peter used was that he looked like a bowling alley owner.
Okay, I can't.
Actually,
I'm like picturing what he was wearing
I
now.
think
And that fedora was like too small for his head. So it was like he like suctioned it on.
I have a little side question, Peter.
yeah.
You reminded me when you told me that Tony looked like a jabroni. I had a package of rat poison sent to my house recently,
Yes.
and it was
Jabroni owner.
yeah. It wasn't. It was
Jabroniana?
sent to my address, but the name on it was Jabraziana,
Jabrazia.
and I was wondering
Jabraziana.
if you might have just sent it as a joke, because the only person I've ever heard call anybody anything near Jabra anything was you.
My Twitter burner account is Jabraziana, so no, I did not send you rat poison as a joke. How much free time do you think I have? How much free time do you think I have that I would send you rat
It was just
poison?
Amazon. You could do it.
It was like
quickly.
organic too. It was like made out of mint and eucalyptus. Like there wasn't even poison.
Well, that is something that Laura would
Not
buy.
even rat poison. It's,
It's
just,
just
like
like-
a
Rodent
deterrent.
repellent.
Or a rat attractor so that then you can release them back into the wild. We do buy.
So it wasn't you.
It was not me. I'm sorry.
You do buy like
We
the
buy
organic
the
stuff?
humane
Oh yeah.
traps where we trap a mouse and I want to be able to let him back outside.
You have to. Did you know like there's a fact you have to let them out like really far away from your house or they'll just come back.
I live in a
yeah,
house.
there's shits in there. Like, what do you think? They're just going to go easily?
I live in a house that's like 115 years old. They're already in the walls, man.
You should hear my house during the day.
They're
dozen
like cute,
roommates.
though. Have you ever seen them?
Yes, they're adorable.
They're
I
like
I think the most humane thing to do is buy the actual traps, because people buy these sticky traps and they're super mean.
So what you're saying is you're a murderer.
Yeah, I kill them.
God, you're the worst.
They gotta go. That's the only animal I'll kill.
You're like the Pol Pot of rodents.
The what?
Pol Pot.
Trust me, I don't like killing them. I feel bad for them.
Okay, I think Pol Pot actually enjoyed you guys don't know who Pol Pot is?
No.
Okay.
No.
I want to make sure I get this right.
There's like way more about rodents.
Pol Pot was a Cambodian politician, revolutionary, and dictator who ruled the communist state of Democratic Kampuchea from 1975 until his overthrow in 1979. And I believe he led like a significant number of death camps.
You just
this
compared me.
A turn.
I just compared you to a horrible...
Because I've killed like 4 mice.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I got this right, though. I don't want to slander Pol Pot's name. He didn't run death camps.
He just did other bad things.
Welcome to the Women's Hockey Pod. We have so much to get to today.
Thanks for your loyal listenership.
Yeah, we do have a lot going on, though. The Frost are officially 1-1 after defeating Seattle 3-0. Kelly Panic had a couple of goals. Grace Zoomwinkle had another one. So now the Frost are 1-1, going to take on Ottawa tonight. And Ottawa has the league's leading scorer in Brianne Jenner, who's got 4 points. Joss, do you have any hard opinions on the Frost in a 1-1 start?
No. Not really. But a couple things. That Seattle opener for the tournament was the actual...
The biggest game
ever. The record-setting attendance for a women's game in the United States, including any rivalry series game. So 16,014 was the noted number. So that's exciting. But we kind of expected that from Seattle, right? And they say Halifax is probably going to be bigger. But that's not U.S., obviously.
One thing I wanted to bring up from that game was that 2 of the 3 goals, first of all, what a bummer to lose 3-0 on your home opener. Not a single goal. It'd be one thing if you lost like 3-2, but like to get not a single goal is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, like
then your crowd like just
celebrate.
Doesn't cheer at all. But 2 of the goals were from Kelly Panic, and the last game, a goal was from Kendall Coyne, and I just noticed that all of them were the
originals.
The OG,
and then Britta Curl has 3 assists right now for Minnesota. And then Brianna Jenner, she scored all 4 of those points in one game. That puts her in a tie with 2 other players for the most points in any PWHL game. And so, again, we talked about this last week. There's, always these firsts and these big moments. But here's what I have a question about. The Fleet made a huge announcement today. They actually pumped it up.
Okay.
For the last 48 hours,
it up.
They probably had 3 of their captains and their GM and coach and all for this big. And then people speculated what the announcement would be. Yeah. And then it came out early, and there's this big to do about the Boston Fleet announcing a single game at TD Garden or whatever.
Yeah.
Why is this a big deal? Why is this a press conference?
Because it's at TD Garden.
Hello, all other 8 teams have been at their NHL counterpart. Nobody gives an F. Why do we celebrate when the last group that's held out pulls it together and says, oh, why don't we have them play at this location that makes perfect sense? And then everybody wants to cheer for them? I mean, this should have been done 2 seasons ago. What are you talking about?
I think it should have been done 2 seasons ago, but I also think that the rest of the PW is spoiled. We're spoiled having the Frost play at the XL Center, and I think we're also spoiled given the fact that the Minnesota Wild have been so welcoming and so open to having the Frost share their space.
I don't know. I mean, literally, youth teams can rent it. Let's be honest.
Also, they're not playing 24/7. Can't you just give up 10 hours of ice?
The Boston home opener brought in under 5,200 people, and their average attendance is not much better over 2 seasons, partly because they're playing 76 minutes outside of Boston.
I've been there. It was a trek.
Literally, I was speculating when they were the team's making an announcement. I'm like, oh my God, Boston's moving their team to Denver.
Yeah,
because it's there's got to be something, and then they're like, guess what? We're gonna treat you guys like the other 7 teams once. It's gonna be fun. We're going to announce it.
I do have a comment from Glenn Thornborough, who's the president of TD Garden and the COO of the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, do share.
We're honored to welcome the PWHL's Boston Fleet to TD Garden for their first game this April. TD Garden is built to give world-class athletes and fans a world-class stage, and we're proud to bring the PWHL onto a platform that delivers the full NHL-level experience they deserve. Why didn't you do it sooner? The growth of women's sports is inspiring. How inspiring could it be if you waited this long to do it? And adding more premier women's events to our calendar is something we're energized to champion. Boy, if this gets
more
you
than
energy,
the one,
if this gives you the energy after giving them one game in April, I can't imagine what level of energy you've been operating.
When this is even more dumb, the only other women's feature in that arena is the Bean Pot.
Yeah.
So literally they have one freaking women's event. But again, why the big to-do about it? Maybe if they were the first to like collaborate, but to be the last and make it a big deal is embarrassing.
I really don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like
it's
if
so
you're
weird.
gonna,
what's the big to-do
why
for?
Are you
just
making
schedule
a
the
big
game,
deal?
and it's April. That's 5 months from now. Like,
yeah,
what's
it's not
the
even.
frick?
It's not even soon.
It's literally a game that probably won't even matter.
Do you know who they're playing? Okay, if you wanted to set up a real heavyweight regional matchup at TD Garden, who do you think the Fleet should play?
Well, I would probably have them play like New York or Toronto, probably.
See, I would have picked New York. I thought of Boston, New York, a little bit of a rivalry between the two cities. They're going to play Montreal.
Yeah, like literally the only people that like Montreal are in Montreal. And again, it's just, it doesn't add up. If depending on how the points are going in April, the game won't even matter.
That's true. Like, why would, if you were going to make it a big deal, why wouldn't you pit the Frost against the Boston?
Somebody
Fleet,
that people want to come see,
champion.
a U.S. team.
And I want to be clear that we're attacking this issue from the standpoint that these players should have been playing at TD Garden from the start.
It's gaslighting them to make a big to-do about the fact that they're going to be the last team in the league to ever get a game
we're
in there.
Giving you something that everyone else already has.
It's so crazy. I don't get it.
Jossie, that is such a good point. They are gaslighting the PWHL community by they have a full sandwich and they're giving the Boston Fleet a slice of lettuce and saying, "Hey, you should be so grateful."
And then they try to figure out why they have the lowest attendance of all the teams and blah, blah, blah. You know, like, I don't know. Again, I'm like annoyed that was the whole 24-hour news cycle on Twitter for the P-Dub, and then it turned out to be this nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
I want to cover a sport that has real news.
We do. Well, we do have real news. We have some sad news.
Oh, God, it is so sad.
We should give out a little bit of support to the Ottawa Charge head coach, Carla McLeod, who has been recently diagnosed with breast cancer.
And we don't know when she was diagnosed, but she recently, the Ottawa Charge put a note out on their social media. Carla was interviewed. She's just overwhelmed with the outpouring of support from the entire hockey community. And she wasn't expecting it. She thought this would just be like an administrative note put out on Twitter, and people have gone crazy. And now everybody on Twitter right now is saying for every goal that the Charge score tonight, they're going to donate X number of dollars, and people have arbitrarily picked what their X is. And in some cases it's $1, or 25, whatever it is. For every Ottawa goal, the Canadian Breast Cancer Research Foundation is going to get some ton of donations.
Well, I hope that they make a donation whether or not Ottawa scores a goal.
I think they ultimately will, but you know how we all love to virtue signal as much as possible. They're probably patiently
it's like a fun thing for the crowd too. They do that in so many games. They'll end up donating something.
Well, I hope the Frost pull.
But these are individuals, not just the.
I know. What happens if your
team
team gets a shutout? You just
well,
awkward.
I guess you've got breast cancer.
Carla was in my incoming freshman class at Wisconsin, so I'm close with her. We call her Crib. And our group chat was going crazy all weekend. And we've got a couple other women from our same group with brain tumors and colon cancer. And so they're either something weird at the U-Butt or just that time of the life for people. So it is a lot and heavy. And Carla does not want to miss a minute of coaching and may miss a little bit here and there, but that's why she ultimately put out the notice or whatever, was so that fans weren't wondering why she wasn't going to be there, I think, tonight.
Yeah, she's going to miss tonight's game.
For chemotherapy.
I didn't know that she was in your incoming class. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we did initiation together. We were close, so.
I would like to ask a question as a man asking two women, because breast cancer is an issue that doesn't really penetrate my circles at all. You don't hear about a lot of men addressing the fact that they have breast cancer. And it feels like breast cancer, at least on its surface, is such a sounds so weird to say, a female-centric disease. When you hear about another woman having breast cancer, does it touch something in your psyche a little bit more than a different type of cancer? Is that a crazy question?
My mom had two of her best friends die from breast cancer, and Jake's sister also beat breast cancer at the age of 30. So I think about breast cancer all the time. Like, that's like, I don't know, like the fact that my mom had two of her best friends die from it also, like, always makes me think of it in a much, like, deeper manner, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like there's, like, I shouldn't say like a ton of support, but it's very open, like in the public eye, breast cancer awareness. You can find, I feel like it would be less hard to find support networks and groups and things like that if breast cancer were what you were diagnosed with, other versus some other things for sure. But so yeah, I don't know, like I try not even to think about it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like it's impactful when somebody you're close with or has to, basically is announcing that that's something that they've been having to navigate or challenge that they're experiencing, and so it hurts your heart no matter what.
Shout out Crib.
Yeah,
We're
shout out
thinking
Crib.
about you.
Well, you know what my favorite part about it is that Crib is a really humble girl and like always had been, and I mean, that's why, like, she used to look at me and roll her eyes, but not in a negative way, just in, like, how can two girls that are the same age be so, like, different, opposite ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
So she gave me the benefit of the doubt a lot and stuff like that, but she's just a humble girl, and, like, she actually didn't even realize that so many people in this hockey community respect her so deeply and care about her so much, and, I mean, the news just blew up like a wildfire yesterday with people sharing and reposting and commenting, and like she just was so overwhelmed that this many people really cared about her and thought about her, and that she'd had that impact on so many people. Like, she doesn't go around thinking that that's what she is. Like, very different at the rink than me, who's like HSA all day. You know what I mean? Like, so I just thought that was special for her, like, to see how important she is to the hockey community and worldwide. She coaches the Czechian national team and Olympic team. She's brought a lot of Czechian players into the PW and into the NCAA.
Is she Czech herself?
No, I don't think so, no.
Gotcha.
She's Canadian.
I didn't know
she
if that
played
was like
on the
a
Canadian
thing you had
Olympic
to
team.
be. So
No, you don't have to be, which is nice,
Gotcha.
but that's the thing at the time to come out of the Canadian program, and there's not a lot of space. So she was playing with Poulin, and she was playing with, some of these women that there's, so it's awesome that the rest of the world was kind of catching up to speed on the international platform, because there's space for her to find that team, and she's been the head coach of Czechia for 6 or 8 years or something.
Years.
So, and she's done really good things with them. They've made it to, I think, the 3rd place game. Then they've just had a lot more success with her at the helm, and so she obviously wants to continue to be able to provide that in the Olympic year. Like, I can't imagine like a worse year for her to have to battle breast cancer.
Yeah, I think she's still hoping to be on the bench.
Yes, yeah. She
Olympic
said that,
Games
like,
in
the plans with
February.
her doctors are possibly going to allow her to miss very little. So she's optimistic and hopeful. So that sounds good, but that's what I don't understand. Everybody's journey is so different, and their plan is unique and individualized, and I don't know all the ins and outs, nuances, because I haven't had anybody immediately close to me with breast cancer. So
well, hopefully she is able to be on the bench for the Czechia women's team at the Olympic Winter Games. I appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts on breast cancer. I would prefer to amplify your voices as opposed to mine here on the
I think men are subject to breast cancer, though. I mean, I think there are risks that men have, like,
there are. I
increasing
just don't think
risks
it's
too.
just not as discussed as
right. It's not quite
widely.
the same, and yeah, for women it's okay. How about on a little brighter note, though, to finish up the PW discussion, the breakaway goal scored by Abby Rock.
Oh, so good.
ESPN top 10.
Oh yeah. It was a backhanded, like it was
between
so
the legs.
Good. Or yeah, sorry, I don't know. I said backhanded.
Yeah, so she wins the race.
It was between the legs, and then her interview afterwards was kind of funny. She was like, "I don't even know why I tried that."
Actually, a girl on Osteo Maple Grove Black scored on us like that in the third place game. Yes. Yep. Here's my question. I've been watching that goal for 5 or 6 years now. Is that actually? You're not getting a different angle. It's your forehand.
Yeah, it's your forehand.
I think
you're not getting a different angle.
But I think it's like the trickiness to the goaltender, because that goalie, I can't remember who they were playing, but that goalie slid all the way over because she thinks she's going. Her forehand can only go.
A pull to the forehand is the same. Well, when your goalie's moving laterally, whether you go between your legs and almost trip yourself, or miss the net because Rock's goal went in by this much.
But isn't it changing? Like,
it doesn't change anything. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't change.
It puts it farther behind you.
But you can do that without it being between your legs.
It changes everything because you're going forward and then you fake to your backhand. The goalie slides with your backhand and then you go between the legs and flip it up opposite side.
But you can do that without between the legs. That's my question.
But without the between the legs move, it's just a shot, right?
But your angle is the same.
You're not forcing the goalie to move, though.
No, you are, because you've pulled it to your backhand. The only reason the goalie is moving is because you brought it to your backhand. That moves the goalie laterally. Any pull back to your forehand, whether between the legs or not, gets you the same shot angle.
I would think.
So what is that?
I would think it's getting you the same shot angle, but it's also probably trickier looking for the goalie.
It's basically just a cocky play.
Listen, Chassie, I scored a hat trick in JV once, so I know what I'm talking about.
I haven't scored a single goal, so
we know what we're talking about.
I would just
how's
assume.
the assist column looking?
Just one.
Just one. Miss Hockey finalists, you might want to pipe down.
I would just assume that it would be trickier,
I am getting a little cocky. All I'm saying is what is with that goal? There's no advantage to taking that shot.
Honestly,
I think there is an advantage.
I think the advantage is literally just tricking the goalie.
It's to make ESPN top 10. It's like the freaking the lacrosse goal, which I used to call the Michigan because it mattered, but now kids try it in 8-0 stompings from behind the net.
Okay,
I
did see a really good one. It was a fake Michigan.
No, it's effed up Michigan.
Yes, it was a fake where he goes like he's going to pick it up, but then his teammate goes around the other side. And I was like, that's genius, because goalies have to like overthink when they see someone picking up a puck for the Michigan, because they're like putting their shoulder up in the corner. They're like, oh no, they're not getting in. And then the other guy just went right behind him.
That might be one of my favorite Michigans if that really did happen.
It was good.
Where they were going to play lacrosse, but then they were like, let's just keep playing hockey for now.
So do you hate those people who like, because I see them all the time. There are like TikToks where it's like, watch this trick shot, and it's just like a person by themselves in their driveway. Yeah.
Oh, it happens all. It's like,
and it's like you couldn't even start that in a regular game. Like you're like juggling.
Yeah, I think trick shots are cool or whatever, but like
juggling.
I feel like trick shots are like cool or whatever, but
I think they're like, when they're successful, people are like, wow, because the likelihood of you actually pulling off a trick shot during a game is
you should. So you probably don't have time or space.
And if you're trying that in every game, then stop.
Yeah,
you don't have time to pull it off. And if you try it in beer leagues, some beer leagues will
get crumpled.
They will knock you out if you're trying that at 10:30 on a Wednesday.
Some of my favorite content online is live barn videos of beer league fights because jackasses are trying to do shit like Michigans.
I've never tried a Michigan. One move that I do love, though, I'm a lefty in hockey, writing everything else, but the fake wraparound where you're gaining speed and you're going around the net, and the goalie, especially in beer league, will just kind of drift to the other side because I think you're going to stuff it, and then you put on the brakes real quick and go
to the other side.
Yeah, I love that move. I think that's a fantastic move.
Yeah, that is good.
I've never completed it. I've also never had the guts to try it. So
yeah. I'm like a low scoring beer leaguer.
I don't score very often.
You do too?
Dude, I am the king of missing on breakaways.
I've played with you where you've had 6 goals.
Well, that was a special night.
Well, she was just performing well because he was trying to show off to the Miss Hockey finalists.
I was trying to get a goal so hard because I wanted to show off to Peter.
And you didn't do anything.
I almost killed the guy that's been running the league for the last 15 years.
The crazy, most of the kids that have been showing up to our stuff lately are all like in their early 20s. Some kid showed up after celebrating his 21st birthday.
Yeah, they're all like Minnetonka kids and stuff though, right?
White Bear Lake.
Oh, okay.
We've picked off a ton of White Bear Lake hockey finder
That's the last
kids.
couple times I went. It's like either the 98-year-old I'm going to kill or the 21-year-old like who played JV 2 seasons ago.
And I love watching them score on our goalie that's had double hip replacement. And he's
I know,
70
and they're
years
just like smooth playing all around.
And I want to just
backdoor one-timers.
I want to hack the shit out of them all game, but I don't because I'm a gentleman.
See, that's why I like that Wham puts you on like the level you're supposed to be, because I would feel like I would be getting really mad if someone was like way better than everyone else.
Well, okay, in a normal pickup game, what you're supposed to do is you have teams and you play for a little bit, and if there's a noticeable difference between the two, you move some people around, or at the halfway point, everybody throws their sticks in the middle and you
Peter swore
your sticks in the middle and you divide them up randomly.
Yeah, and you just get restarted.
The one time I played JMS, Just My Speed, which stinks because you have to fill out a questionnaire before you show up, and if you played varsity hockey at all, you're like a level 5.
Oh no.
And you can only have so many level 5s at a time.
They should clarify what that means.
In Minnesota, level 5s, they're at every pickup game.
Yeah.
But the one time I went, that's what the lady did. We played for about 45 minutes. We had an hour and a half of ice, and then she stopped the game, had everybody throw their sticks in the middle, and she divided them up again.
Just my speed.
You were required to bring a dark and a light jersey, which some people just don't do, which
Men's
annoys me. Let's just have an entire pod about complaining
about adult league hockey.
This
is the pod for that. This is the women's hockey pod. And women's hockey is everybody.
It's everybody.
Olivia, did you get an advent calendar?
No, and I was thinking about it last night. Did you?
I did, but I forgot to open it. Well, I got it for somebody else, but they didn't text me back, so now it's mine.
I'm not going to ask who, but what is it?
A whole 24 days of science experiments, once a day.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
Wait, like
National Geographic.
Like short ones or long?
Well,
like Volcano?
Well, like I said, I didn't open it yesterday because I was still grumbly about the time that the person I got it for didn't want it. And then, so now today I'll probably do 2 and I'll keep you posted.
Send me a video. Wait, that sounds so funny. I wanted to get like the Sephora one. You know,
I know, but you always get like junk or like too small.
Well,
I made
it's really
Maisie
small.
One.
Really small stuff.
Yeah, it's so small. I made Maisie one of like little, tiny little like Laneige and like
that's
Sol
cute.
de Janeiro and.
That's really cute.
You're good, Mom.
This first time ever, you guys. No, I'm the biggest Grinch on the holidays ever, and for some reason they've got like a spark of spirit
holiday cheer
this year.
Your heart has grown.
I think
3
it's
sizes?
my dad, you guys. Like seriously, like because all these years I'm the biggest Grinch. I don't even want to think about the holidays. And then like in November I was like buying people advent calendars and like making advent calendars for people.
That's
so something's going
sweet.
well. Yeah,
something's going right.
Okay, at least I have Christmas.
I should have at least got a chocolate one.
Is there any good chocolate ones though? Like aren't those little chocolate?
They always
so
taste
bad?
horrible.
Aren't they so
suck.
bad?
And I only like dark chocolate, so
yeah,
like what? It would just be a piece of dark chocolate every single day.
I know. Like
That's
I
the one
used to
I'd
want to get like maybe like a cheese one, or back when I drank like a wine one or like a whiskey one. There's so many good ones, but now they're like $200 for an advent calendar.
Guess what?
these
I
days.
got my aunt got me one. It was a jam one.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that cute?
That's
had
cute.
little jars of jam.
And but the
each
jars
day.
were so cute.
They were cute.
And that's like still a good size of jam. Where
Yeah.
like sometimes
perfect.
it's like, I don't want this much like makeup.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The face care is like literally all use.
It was
Single use.
It was really cute.
More plastic than
and
a
it
product.
had really funky stuff in it.
I was gonna say 24 different flavors of
Funky
jam.
Yeah.
What is that jam brand?
Smuckers? No.
No. It was like fancy,
like a
fancy
And it's a
Fancy
jar, right?
jam.
With like a.
I'm gonna look it up.
Have
It's
you ever
got the
seen
checkered
Christmas
top.
Vacation?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jelly of the Month Club.
The Jelly of the Month Club.
That's what it
Yes.
reminded me of.
Oh, I've threatened to buy people that for Christmas a lot.
My
Mason-
family like loves that movie.
Mason
Oh.
Andreessi.
I know what that is.
Does it have the checkered top though?
Yes.
They're so adorbs.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Look at.
Let me see this. Oh yeah, that's the jam I grew up with.
this
The
is the
raspberry,
jam.
the red raspberry is so good.
They had such funky ones in it. But then I had jams for like 100 years.
Well, I know there's
Because
a lot
like
of jam.
I don't eat
It's like tough
jam
to
every
eat.
day.
It's like tough to fit jam in. to jam in.
Jamming.
If you really like toast, you would have it.
I'm like, how many times have you had toast?
Just recently started my new adventure of
Yes.
being a sourdough baker.
Ooh. Wait, so you're already
Can
40?
you start
I
bringing
am
it in?
already 40. It is. I'm already on 3 loaves, and it's really good.
Like
I
you figured it out
created-
already?
I created the sourdough starter myself.
Wow.
Like you just put water and flour in, and then you keep feeding it, and it works.
Wait,
now.
do you take a break of it off and give it to friends and stuff?
You can, yeah.
No,
Hey.
the sourdough is like a craze. Even with my friends, like some of my friends make sourdough.
Oh yeah, I'm not 40.
I
yet.
want to, like I
so you
want
don't have to be
but
40.
I don't want to. Like
It is so much work.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Like
time
It's
for
like
this.
crazy.
I just want other people to make it for me, but from home. I don't want to buy it. You know, my aunt makes it, so she'll bring it to me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Just get people to do the sourdough and the Scobies for you. For
Yeah.
now.
For now,
You still
I
have
don't.
plenty of time.
I'm young.
Yeah.
You've got
Plenty of-
time to be a sourdough starter person.
And if I would make it at home, like when I get it from other people, I absolutely house the loaf in 2 days.
Well, you
So
got the
if
jam
I'm
for
making
it.
it at home, I'm
It's
screwed.
gone. Yeah,
I'm screwed.
it's all day long. No, but think of like how good of sandwiches you could make, like grilled
Cheese.
cheese
We finish each
Grilled.
other's
sentences.
sandwiches.
sandwiches. Like in
Frozen.
Frozen. Finish each other's.
Sandwiches. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Wait, if you could make like your like all time wish advent calendar, like what would it be?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I like
Oh
that.
man.
Once a day in December, all the way up until Christmas Eve.
Camera parts.
You can build your own camera at the end.
I meant like lenses and stuff. Is there a limit on price?
I don't think so. No.
Or
this is the time of
Does it
advent.
have to be like something I could buy on my own, or can it be like an assistant for the day? I get a new assistant.
Oh,
Every
Yeah,
there
you just
you
open
go.
your advent calendar and pull out some
A
Human.
human.
some journalists from St. Cloud.
a different human like every day, but I want a new assistant every day, but I don't want
You
to
have to
teach them
train
like
them
what
every
they
day.
have. Nope, I don't want to train them. I just want a new
So
personality
back
every day.
behind the advent
What
calendar
are
doors,
they?
that's what they're learning. They're like in the school of
School of Olivia.
Olivia assistant.
Olivia's life.
Assistant.
Olivia assistant.
But I want a new personality every day.
I was going to say,
so-
what are they doing
So they
for
can
you?
teach me too.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
like learn about their nationality or something.
Oh, they're different countries.
Yeah, they're from everywhere.
The advent calendar is just a different country every day.
And
Oh.
like when there's a break in the day, like every time I have to go to the bathroom or like lunch or breakfast or something, like they'll just like talking to me through the door, like something
They're just
about
there
their life.
for you.
I just want to learn. I'm just a lifelong learner.
Like the friend you call when you're in between errands and you're just talking to them right up until you park or whatever. And they're like, okay, bye.
Yes, exactly.
Didn't need you anymore.
Bye, I'm busy. Hang up. That's what I do with my dad.
Olivia's assistants.
I like talk the entire car ride, and then as soon as I get to the destination and he starts talking, I'm like, I gotta go.
I
See
don't
ya.
have time for this shit. I'm at the door, dude.
I'm late.
Text me.
Dude, I'm late. And he's just
I
like,
called
okay,
you
bye.
so that I could get entertained on my way.
I called you so that I could vent. Now I gotta go.
Wait, you know what my advent calendar would have? PWHL jerseys.
Yeah, we need those in here.
There you go.
Once a day we'd need more teams.
I was going to say that's a lot of jerseys. You'd have
only
a
8.
whole. Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna
No,
be
I
12.
meant that's a lot
Individual
of jerseys.
players.
Yeah, that's what I was
You're right.
thinking.
We're going to need at least 24.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's not what I choose. Can I take it back?
Yeah, take it back.
That was a dumb one. That was a stupid one.
Okay, move along.
Moving along. Well, welcome back to another week of Nobody Wants to Talk About Women's Hockey. An exciting weekend in the NCAA.
Shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, it was like the non-conference showcase. So some teams were in DC, some teams were in Nashville.
Some teams got destroyed.
We expected that.
I forecasted that.
We did expect. I mean, we already were questioning the merit behind the matchup in the first place. But,
Can zoom in on my eye roll.
yeah.
Like, what?
Okay, so
We'll get to that later.
yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what did go down last weekend.
We can start with St. Cloud.
Okay, so St. Cloud went to DC, right?
Yes, and they played Colgate and Clarkson. Ohio was there too. St. Cloud won their first game.
Nice.
Against Colgate.
Yep.
And they won 3-2. I think that's a huge win for St. Cloud. And then the second night, Clarkson won 2-0.
Right. It would have been fun to see them sweep that full weekend, or at the very least score in the Clarkson game. They're just kind of up and down, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so Ohio played as well, obviously, and they played Clarkson. They beat them 8-0, and then they played Colgate, and they beat them 5-0. I think that's crazy, like a crazy weekend for Colgate.
To have such poor, well, they dropped a bunch. I'm looking at the rankings. I know they lost several spots in the rankings this past weekend with the bad weekend showing. Now, I guess I could have looked deeper. Are any Colgate players missing? I did not look to see who might not have been there, but a bunch of Europeans have gone back to Europe to train prior to the Olympics. So potentially Colgate missing some players, but
I don't think they're missing like a ton of people, but from previous years, yes, they're missing like huge
big names,
players, big names,
graduates,
who are now, playing in the PWHL. So I think like the loss of those people is like much more prevalent than maybe we would have thought, like when we were looking at the standings before, and maybe the people who were, like formulating the standings were thinking about prior years. Yeah. More than maybe would have been relevant.
What they're seeing this year.
And now, like, since they've played, like, WCHA opponents and played, like, people who are, in the top 10, now we're seeing, like, their actual team. And we have a better, like, understanding of where they're actually at this year without, like, Kultikova. And, those players who have been the backbone of their team for a few years.
Yeah, and I'm looking at their schedule right now. So St. Lawrence beat them. They already got swept by Ohio State earlier this year by a 14-7 goal margin. Let's see. They were beat once by Maine this year, beat by Dartmouth, who also had a rough weekend.
Yeah, Mankato just swept.
So, yeah, Colgate's just struggling. Tyne Brown lost to Yale. These aren't scores that you're expecting to see. Okay, they did beat Cornell once. That must have been a rough night for Cornell. But yeah, tough year for Colgate. It's reflecting in their stats. For St. Cloud though, that 3-2 win is all SUNY, Sunderland. Alliteration. European names.
We're trying our best here. But yes, for St. Cloud, that was a huge out of conference win.
Yeah, huge out of conference win, but Sofiana Sunderland scored all 3 of their goals. And so that was a big night for her.
Yeah, crazy. And so that caused St. Cloud to move up in the polls by 1.
So where are they, 13?
They're 13 right now. Colgate is 14.
All right, let's see. And this Sofiana Sunderland has is the team leading point maker right now at 14 on St. Cloud.
And then for WCHA awards, St. Cloud took home goalie of the week with Amelia after her performance there. So that's good. Obviously, they've been kind of picking it up. They just have weekends where it's just back and forth.
They've got a really tough schedule. I mean, they just have one of the toughest like mental games they have to stay up for all season. Just so still impressive what they're up to right now.
And I think it's great to see that they went and played in a tournament that is super relevant to standings and can help them in the playoffs. Especially like with that win, like that will help them.
Yep.
With get votes and
confidence, votes, a whole number of things. Although again, we're talking about Colgate, who's having a rough start to their season.
This will not help them at all. This will be terrible for them in the end, I think. But then you think of a tournament that like Wisconsin went to with Mercyhurst and Stonehill, and you're like, what was the point of that?
What was the point? I know Wisconsin looked like they had a lot of fun. I watched their social media.
Well, I mean, they broke a lot of records.
They broke 100 records.
A million records in that second game. So, like, that first game, they played Mercyhurst. They won 5-1 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, they played Stonehill, who we already knew, obviously, that was going to be a ridiculous game. But it was much more ridiculous than you would have ever thought. 17-2.
Yes.
In that game.
Multiple hat tricks.
9 goals in a period.
Yeah,
they scored 9 goals in a period.
That's a lot of goals.
That's insane. Like, there was 15-goal margin for victory. I honestly, I want to know how they scored the 2 goals.
Well, exactly. I did not watch because you couldn't see any of these games. The Big Ten Network wasn't carrying any of them because they weren't Big Ten games.
Yeah.
I think I was able to see the Dartmouth MSU games were the only ones I was really able to see from all these teams. But yeah, what did that look like? What did Stonehill's goal look like?
They scored 2.
Was it an own goal or something?
It might have been, honestly. But they had 87 shots.
And
Wisconsin
I love
had
this.
87 shots.
I love this. Their second goal is 13:47 in the third. Like just fight it to
just
the end.
Fighting.
They just didn't give up, and they get their second goal.
Honestly, that's
of the game's 19
cute.
goals at the very end there.
And so let me just read off all the records they broke.
Yes.
Lacey Eden, 9th Badger to reach 200 career points in that game. Layla Edwards, 13th Badger to reach 100 career assists. First Badger with a 5-point game this season. Honestly, that's a little surprising to me.
Yeah,
I feel like
we
Murph's
talked
done
about that
like 8 times.
Yeah, like why isn't Wisconsin having these huge gap wins? They weren't.
Yeah. Michaela and Kirsten Sims, 8th Badger duo to record a hat trick in the same game.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And then Michaela again, 5th Badger to score a hat trick in one period, first since 2011. And those were her first career goals with the Badgers.
That was so fun because you could tell Wisconsin was able to mix up their bench a little bit that night because I'm doing the Summit scores and I'm like, I have never heard of Michaela Zilish in my life.
Yeah.
Now she's scoring hat tricks.
Honestly, what a
Lainey
night.
Potter got a goal. We haven't seen her all season. Both the Gorbatenko girls, the younger girls, I think got some points, or maybe I'm looking at something different, but Claire Enright scored. So a lot of Finley McCarthy, another name I have not seen scoring for Wisconsin. So they're playing like non-dressers.
Which is great.
Yep.
I love to see that, and I think that's awesome.
That's
and
super fun.
Even like for Michaela, imagine you get your first Badger goal and then you score a hat trick in one period.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
In one period. That's insane.
That is
what
insane.
a night. And you're in Nashville, like.
Well, that's
super
like I said,
fun.
they look like they had a ton of fun.
They did.
They missed.
And
the
that is a
snowstorm.
great tournament. I played in that tournament twice when I was in college. It's super fun. It's great. It's a great trip to go out there, and it's like usually a little bit warm. And
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They missed like whatever snowstorm was going on back here.
And like we always went to a Predators game.
Fun.
So it was fun. We got to go downtown a little bit. So I'm sure they had a blast, but it's just like seeing them play those two teams like so late in the season. It's not like it's an exhibition game or like the first few series of the year where they're just like kind of getting everything like under their belt. It's just like, is that really needed, those games? But
yeah,
it's still a fun trip for them. And they play this next weekend. They play Ohio State at Ohio, Friday, Saturday series. So obviously, like they have big games coming up. It's not,
it's good. It is good to boost your confidence, your esteem, get your goal scoring hands on you and stuff like that before this series. We've been talking about that. Wisconsin and Ohio have not played yet. So one of the last remaining conference matchups that matter for this first half of the season. And we've been waiting patiently to see what's going to happen. And this should be really, really good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. And this past weekend, WCHA awards, Lacey Eden got forward of the week and Caroline Harvey got defenseman of the week. And so like obviously they're going into this weekend with Ohio like pretty hot off of like scoring a lot of goals on the weekend. And then Ohio, had a good sweep weekend as well, like playing two really good teams in DC. So
yeah,
it'll be a crazy series, I think, especially in Ohio.
Well, that's one of the major factors, who's home, I think, because they're both going to bring an intense game. If my guess is if either of the teams are going to come off this past weekend rolling still, it'll be Wisconsin that outshines Ohio State all weekend. But if that momentum doesn't carry over from last weekend, even though Ohio had a huge weekend, I don't think it was the same as Wisconsin's. So then let's expect a split.
Yeah, I would expect a split most likely. And
maybe even a tie in a game.
Honestly, like, yes, Wisconsin has been number 1 all season, but like Ohio is getting votes for 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like a really even weekend.
It should be a great series of women's hockey. Probably the best weekend matchup so far this season, and potentially for the next month or so.
Yeah, and then Bemidji played this weekend. Lindenwood.
Yeah, Bemidji I wish would have done a little better.
I agree. And they played on Friday. They beat Lindenwood 7-4, which is honestly a crazy scoring game in my eyes. Like for that series, I don't know. I just don't see either team as like huge goal scorers.
No.
And then Saturday they tied 2-2. I saw a video of one of the goals that. Or I meant Lindenwood won on Friday.
Yeah,
7-4.
Yes, right.
And
Bemidji had a rough weekend.
I saw a video of one of Lindenwood's goals on Friday, and it was an open net goal, but the girl, as she was skating down, passed it to one of her teammates so her teammate could score the open net goal. And it was really cute, but there was like back checkers.
The epitome of girls playing hockey.
I know.
Do you know
it's
I had to
girls hockey.
Last 2 weeks ago, we shared the ice with the green team, and we had a practice. And then, like after our opening drill, we pulled them down, like for a knee or whatever. And like I literally told the group, like, just so you guys know, goals are worth the same as assists. Like, I'm gonna need some of you to be goal minded. I need some of you to want goals.
I need some.
I can't have everybody wanting assists. And like I said, goals are worth the same. And they were like looking at me cross-eyed, but it's like, I need you guys to want goals.
Yeah.
Why do girls want assists so bad? There is no bonus at the end. Like that was so unselfish of you. Like you get a ticket to heaven for the early, like the sound check. Bullshit. You're not getting anything else for assists.
I did think the video was crazy because for one, there's back checkers on them. And for two, they're like right outside the crease. Like she passed it, like she could have just tapped it.
She probably thought she'd missed it.
And then they sallied.
Oh, yes. Okay, but here's the thing. Like,
I was like, no, it's like the 7th goal.
There's
times though,
there's times when you're a skater out and like the empty net and you actually miss. So maybe she just didn't want to miss. Like that would be really embarrassing. Show you the video.
But first goal Lindenwood scored that Friday night, Josie Dunn. I was in her wedding this
Dunn,
summer,
girl.
so slay.
Slay.
I love her. And so I think that was a really tough weekend for Bemidji. I mean, a loss Friday and then a tie on Saturday.
Yeah, really tough weekend.
It could have been a confidence booster weekend for them, and it just wasn't. So that's hard.
Right. I think that we were hoping that Bemidji would be able to stomp all over Lindenwood and feel really, really good going into this second half of the season, and no, that did not happen.
And they play Duluth this weekend in Bemidji Friday, Saturday, so that'll be a tough series for them.
It will be, and then we can expect what they've done thus far this season, have like 2/3 or a full game solid, and then one that's probably a little bit more lopsided.
Yeah. But Mankato had an amazing weekend against Dartmouth. They swept.
Yeah, dude, they had such a good weekend.
Crazy. They swept Dartmouth at home, 5-2 Friday win, 5-0 Saturday win, and they are going into this weekend. They're playing St. Cloud at Mankato. I think we could definitely expect 100% one win for Mankato this weekend. Mm-hmm. And,
yeah, Mankato has really.
I think they're really on the up and up.
Yeah, they really have been, haven't they? And how fun to see like big scoring from freshmen on their roster and stuff like that, because all their goal scoring from last year is basically back, minus Jamie Nelson who left, and Gazdik's left, but they weren't getting tons of production from them.
Yeah.
So their goal scoring is coming back. That's your Goldworthy, your Tuttle, your So what are these names I'm seeing week after week? Now Lopez is scoring and Bischoff are scoring. So. Yeah. They've got some young scoring coming in, and that's helping them big time.
And, imagine how much confidence they must have. I mean, you sweep the Gophers, you sweep Dartmouth, and, you're going into Christmas break almost. I just think Like they're really like.
Well,
on
it's
the up
almost
and up.
This is almost a bummer for them that they have to go to Christmas break because you don't want to upset the momentum. You know, like, you know, let's see who are they seeing? You said St. Cloud, and then they just have a break.
Yeah, then it's Christmas break.
Yeah, till the 9th, 10th of January. So that'll be tough because then come back and play the Gophers, who are on the biggest heater probably of most teams right now that we've talked about.
Yeah.
And then they see Ohio State the following weekend. So this momentum pause could be tough.
Yeah, and if they take just as long to like heat up second half as they did first half, then
they won't be. By then,
they're not going to be a contender.
I was going to say by then they will have seen Minnesota, Ohio, UMD, and they don't see their fourth series after the break is going to be Bemidji.
So I guess we'll see. But then
exactly
this weekend or this past weekend, Gophers St. Thomas didn't play. They had an off weekend
finally
for Thanksgiving, and then
that's why I saw Frosty and Boom at Braemar.
Oh yeah, who were they watching?
Well, Hill Marie, Edina.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then Chatleen committed the next day.
Oh, nice. I am so excited for that series this weekend. Obviously, being like an alumni, but
yes, we're going. We're taking a field trip.
Oh, I'm broadcasting both
we'll
games.
Come see
so I'm
you.
excited. You can
I'll be at the
wave
pop
at
machine.
Me. Kayla, take a picture of me up there. Get a good angle.
Now wait, are you broadcasting for the U or for
the U?
Okay.
Yeah. But don't tell them, but I'm like I can't say it, but
I know.
You know what I want to say. You know what I want to say, but I can't say it, but
you're going to go to jail for cheering in the press box, aren't you?
I might. They might have to cut my mic. But yeah,
okay, but here's the thing.
Honestly, I think
the vibes my vibes are really high. The vibes. No, my vibes for St. Thomas are actually kind of high.
No, my vibes are huge, like so high. I'm expecting like big things this weekend.
I know. I think they have so much to prove.
And if I don't see them, like I think that says a lot for the rest of their season.
That's what I'm saying. This feels pivotal. It's like they have so much to prove, and they really could have a big weekend. So even a tight couple games with Minnesota would reflect a lot. Would reflect well for St. Thomas, but any type of win or tie would be huge. I don't necessarily think they're going to get it if the same team we keep seeing week over week is like who's showing up. But that's the team that you never know what you're going to get.
I think what even would be huge for them is 2 close games.
That's
because it shows more than, honestly, to me, that shows more than having one absolute blowout and then one, like where they take them into overtime or something.
Well, and that's what we've been harping on for the last couple of weeks is putting together a full weekend. Mm-hmm. You can't half-ass part of it. You can't lose focus for part of it. And the teams that will kind of surface toward the end of the season will be the teams that can stick
And I know
through.
they can do it because they have the talent.
Yeah.
Like they do. That junior class, to me, is so huge for that program. And as long as like they can start having that consistency, they are a really good,
strong,
threatening team, I think.
Well, you can talk to Julie Minotti about it when she's here later.
Oh, yes. And she's a great goalie for them. 5th-year transfer. And she's been doing super well.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think like they could really have a good playoff push as long as they can like start being more consistent.
I was going to say they need to show that they're learning from all these weekends that they've had and that this weekend's going to be a great opportunity to show that. And so, like you said, like, vibes are high. I don't know much else. But yeah, let's see. They play Friday, Saturday.
Yep. Home and home.
Yep. So that'll give us a lot of information and help kind of determine which WCHA teams will probably be.
I mean, that's like everybody having played everybody this first half.
This weekend.
So.
Yeah.
And then just looking at the polls, I mean, Mankato's moved up 3 since sweeping Dartmouth this past weekend.
Well, 2 big weekends. Yeah. How much did they jump last week? They just like jumped onto the list last week, right?
Yes. And then now they're at 12.
So they're moving their way up.
And then Princeton has moved up as well.
They went from 15 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And Penn State had a rough weekend, Northeastern, and they lost both. And my girls didn't really produced the way I wanted him to. And I was bitching at Ian Kennedy online about his draft class. And then he was like, well, yeah, let's see. And this weekend is going to be like a perfect chance to see. And of course they did not dominate the way I hoped they had, but had Maddie Christian and Caitlin Roberts shown up and scored some more goals, maybe they would have had. Sorry, Penn State did beat Northeastern. They split their weekend, but that night they won. Christian and Roberts scored. The night they didn't win, Christian and Roberts didn't score. And there's some question because if you're looking at the the AHA standings, that's the one we talked about last week, where Penn State has more like double the points of the next closest team to them. So of course, Maddie Christian and Caitlin Roberts are Minnesotans on Penn State, and they're like two of their leading scorers, and they're like dominating so hard. But again, it's one of these Mercury Bischoff situations where the critics are going to say their league is so easy. But they're leading scorers right now, where there's plenty of these series, plenty of their weekend series have been non-conference. So they're definitely a threatening couple of players, but Ian Kennedy didn't have him as high as I liked on his draft list, and he's saying they're in too easy of a league. And I guess, like I said, it's reflecting when they score, they're beating Northeastern. When they don't score, they're not beating Northeastern. Yeah. So they're critical. They're probably like co-MVPs for that team. Anyway, rough weekend for Penn State, I think.
So what was the score of the game that they lost? Oh, 3-2.
They
lost one game. They won
4-1 the next day.
Yeah. So yeah, the game they lost 3-2. I mean, at least it was a close game.
And then Holy Cross looks like they've got a couple votes. I haven't seen them getting votes before.
Yeah, that's surprising.
They beat Assumption 6-2 on Saturday, and they beat Assumption. That's enough to get you moved up a few spots, I guess. They have 21 points in the New High. They're third in the New High behind St. Anselm and Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce had a nice weekend. Abby Brose was Player of the Week for New High, and Addison Andre was Offensive Player of the Week for New High. So a good weekend for Franklin Pierce, who's been kind of getting beat up a little bit this season. Not a Minnesotan, but Addison Andre has 9 points for Franklin Pierce and got herself weekly honors. So Minnesotans, again, crushing out there. I did Summit scores, posted them online if you're looking for them.
Perfect. D3 polls?
D3 polls. Let's see what's happening in D3.
UW River Falls, first place.
Easy first place. Augsburg, easy second place. The next MIAC team is Gustavus, and they're 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hamlin. So rough start for women's D3 polls nationally for Minnesotan teams, at least. Usually they're dominating a little bit more.
Nazareth has 2 first place votes. They're the only other team that has first place votes, and they're undefeated, 8-0. I want to know more about them.
Yeah, what's going on over at Nazareth?
Where is that?
Nazareth is number 1 in the UCHC, United Collegiate Hockey Conference.
They've beat Cortland, Oswego.
Those are my favorite, the Cortland Kangaroos.
Rivier, Anna Maria, Sunny, Manhattanville twice, St. John Fisher twice.
So, yeah, Nazareth has been up there because Nazareth actually lost to River Falls or Plattsburgh last year, like in the quarters or semis of the NCAA tournament. They are a team with some experienced success, and maybe they're just kind of a year to year, whether they're like Middlebury, like in or out toward the end of the season. But clearly they're having a year, so we have to look more into that. So it looks like UW River Falls beating Plattsburgh sends them from 6th to 9th in the poll. So rough weekend for Plattsburgh to have a two-goal game with River Falls and get dumped 3 spots. But that's baseball. Kidding.
And there's not much other movement within the polls.
No, there really is not.
So
a lot of similar names, although like I said, right now they're not. The usual suspects are not in the top like 5 or 6. They're in the top 13, 10. 12. Yeah. So more work to do among our MIAC and some of our local D3 teams, but a lot of hockey left. A lot of hockey left. So
I do think that like Eau Claire is moving up in the world this year.
It seems like it.
So I like to see that.
Superior. UW Superior had like a big shocking weekend with a big win. They just got new coaches on their bench, and they've had some problems, but the WIAC is shaking up a little bit overall. Like it has been the same story for a really long time. It's like, why wouldn't Wisconsin have really strong teams? Like, you're the center of the country, like easier travel.
Yeah, and I do think we're seeing more from them this year than we've seen in the past like 3 years.
Yeah, like they kind of became like a little bit irrelevant, other than River Falls, who just pretty much were dominating. And then because here we go. Eau Claire's actually top in the WIAC right now because they're 2-0 and River Falls is 1-1. But Stevens Point, so Superior has a win, and that is like, I don't remember the last time they had like, they took St. Norbert to OT. That was what I was thinking. I thought they got a win. The St. Norbert OT game was not supposed to happen for Superior, so that was a good for them. And like I said, they've made some changes in Superior and trying to rebuild, and so we'll see more. And then Beloit's like the Lindenwood of the WIAC.
I'm excited to see how more things shake out as they play more games. I mean, some teams have only played
like 2 conference games or 5
games.
Yeah, like I was calling out my friend from Gustavus last week, and then I was like, wait a minute, they've only played like 4 games. So how many goals are you supposed to have? Unless you're Abby Murphy, because I think she had like 19 goals in her first 4 games. So, I mean, it can be done.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I think some teams need a few more games under their belt, because it's either they played 5 games or they played like 9.
Can I tell you about something? We had a team meeting, my 15Us, and I asked the group to raise their hand if they aspired to play high school hockey, and every single girl in the room raised their hand. But then I asked them to raise their hand if they aspired to play after high school hockey, like college, and 0 people.
What?
I have a 15A team in Edina.
A team? 0 people.
Not
why? Did you ask them why?
Do you know what I said? I was like, are you guys just embarrassed to like lay out your goals in front of your other friends? Or like literally none of you guys are interested in post high school hockey, and almost all of them were like, I haven't thought of it. Or like, no, like they're all 9th graders.
That's insane.
I feel like it's this imposter syndrome. The same thing that gets girls wanting assists gets them like insecure to share their goal or to like set a lofty goal. Yeah. It's like they don't want to disrupt the apple cart. They don't.
I think it's more of like, I don't want to put it out in the world. I don't want to be perceived by other people my age, because what if I don't do it?
Yeah.
You know, like they don't want.
That's why the 15-minute Twitter cycle post is so important to these families, because if you fight for it for this long and work hard for it, and the world's cutthroat, you better be able to post your committed to post at some point. But like instead of a bunch of girls thinking, I'm going to work my butt off and I might not make it, it's okay. It's like, I'm not even going to consider trying unless I'm guaranteed a shot. Do it.
Like, I don't want to be embarrassed, even though it's not embarrassing.
No, I know.
To chase after
how
something.
How do you not aspire at this stage? You're 15A in one of the top districts in the
state.
And like,
I think that's definitely more of like what it is, especially for this generation, to be like, like there is a lot of stuff on social media, and if,
when I was their age, I thought I was going to the NHL.
Oh, yes. That was me at 15.
I was like, I knew I was going to the NHL.
Legitimately thought I could play in the NHL.
Yeah, like.
And the NHL.
NHL, yeah.
I thought that was possible, too. Like, I thought I could play in the NHL, and that's, like, realistic goal.
The whole time I grew up playing hockey, that's all I thought about.
And, like.
The NHL, like, I would tell NHLers, like, I'm going to be on your team.
I'm going to be your goalie.
We're going to be teammates.
I 100% will be your goalie one day.
So then I vowed to change my plan for the season. I've been teaching them a lot about hockey, and now I'm just exclusively going to teach them HSA, which I coined hot shit aura. But actually these teenagers literally were like, hot shit gives me a bad visual. And I was like, wait, what? That's like that's it. Hot shit is it. And they're thinking of a Carl.
Oh.
I was like, can't even call it hot shit aura.
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
Hot aura. You should just call it hot aura.
But that sounds even worse.
Hot aura. I don't know if they can say that.
Needless to say, I changed my entire plan. And then the first thing they do was they're like, you glazer.
That's
glazer.
my word.
Yeah, they're like hot shit. That's gross.
I will say, once you start, this is like with anything. Once you start actually putting your goals out there, writing them down or saying them or talking about them, they happen.
It's like the most truest statement.
And it's like once you stop being afraid of what you want and being embarrassed about what you want, that's when things start happening for you, because people trust you more in that role. They're like, oh, she really wants this. Like she really has this in the bag. Like she's working towards this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give her more opportunities to do this said thing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like ultimately, like you're so right. It's literally like if like a Division III or a Division I coach is aware that you're like putting in the grind and doing what you need to do, there's a million reasons they would choose you, even though you're not as this or as that as the person next to you, or at least you don't think you are. But like I feel like there's like a little bit of an epidemic among these young girl athletes. Hockey players in specific are the only ones that I'm like around enough to speculate on. But yeah, it's just very much like you don't want to take up too much space. I wish that they had more girls that were more cocky. I mean, it's like it's part of the hockey aura. And I just don't see it among a lot of the girls. And then it's just this like, yeah, I don't want anyone to think I'm thinking I'm better than them or whatever. I'm going to get the assist. I'm going to get or the don't pull the goalie. We were down 2-0 in the last couple of minutes of a big semifinal this weekend. And my assistant coach said, should we pull like around 240 for 250? And like 6 girls on the bench were like, oh my God, no, don't pull the goalie. Don't pull the goalie.
What?
I've never heard anything like it in my entire life. But like they didn't want to lose 3-0. They wanted to stay at 2-0.
What is happening at 15U?
Even worse is that with a goalie, like we still gave up 2 goals in the last 40 seconds, but neither open net. But I'm like, I got in the locker room after the game and I'm like, what are we gonna need to do so that I have at least one player, one of you, and I'm looking at the room, I'm talking to them, I'm like, what do I need to do to make sure at least one of you comes up to me during the game, pulls my shirt and says, pull Ruby and put me in, I'm going to score a goal. Like, that's how I played hockey.
Well, and if you think about like in the Wisconsin final last year, you can hear in the mic, like when Coach Johnson's like, who's going to score this goal? And it's like me.
And that's the thing, because as a good coach, he knows it's not about picking the girl that you've studied their stats and they're 92% likely to score on this goal, right? You want the girl who knows she's going to score. She may have never scored a breakaway goal in her life, but if she knows right now that she's doing it, she probably will. Mm-hmm. And he knows that as a good coach, he knows that. And that's why I'm like, where are my girls who are like, freaking put me out. We've got 2 minutes left, and all we need is 3 goals. Nobody said that.
Yeah, that's just a mindset.
Exactly.
And like that comes with age and being more confident.
Why is the girls' hockey mindset so weak? There's a bunch of softies. I need more cocky, like HSA.
I think that comes with age as and I think that's really hard in 15U.
I also think it's social. It's
social.
Construction. It's like
an
when
epidemic.
You're a girl, you're not taught to like brag about things, even in any other sport or even in life.
This is lacking big time.
Yeah.
And this is why the freaking Boston Fleet are like, guess what? We get to play at the freaking normal rink.
Game. Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
I always say I think you need to be cocky, like a little bit cocky to be good at something. Like
100%.
To be the best.
Yeah.
Like you
100%.
have to think you're good to be good.
Yeah.
So.
Like it's okay to be an imposter because if you only are an imposter for a little while and then it starts transpiring, because really actually once you lay your stuff out there, verbalize it, visualize it.
You can still be cocky and also have imposter syndrome too.
I know, it's a beautiful thing.
I think I'm good at what I do, and then I see something, I'm like, dang, they're really good. They're way better than me. I'll never be that good. And then the next day I'm like, I'm really good.
I am really so good at this. Like
I'm so good.
I'm so good at this. Anyway, I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more young women hockey players setting those high lofty goals. I don't know.
It's like I think that 15U can be really hard too for some girls, because it's like You see the one person, two people that got picked to go play high school.
Yeah.
You didn't get picked.
Yeah.
And you might be a really awesome, great player, especially in an association like Edina. But you see that and you're like, well, maybe I'm never going to. You know how like a young teenage girl's mind works. It's like, I'm never going to go play college, so I might as well just give up.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just here for fun. I'm just here
I
to
think
make
that
friends.
might be most of it.
Sure.
And then, like, they finally get to high school and they start playing a little bit more, like, junior, senior year, and they're like, actually, this is a goal that is attainable.
Yeah. Well, and they change a lot between 15 and 17.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's
so much.
So there's a lot of, like, maybe, yeah. But it was just, yeah, you're right. So interesting at 15 to see an entire room full of girls and not one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Eager to make the next level.
But maybe if you would have talked to them separately.
But I'm like screwed too, because like everything I do coaching is like, if you want to make it to the next level, we're gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
And like, oh, no wonder no one's doing any of it. Nobody wants to go there.
Nobody
with
cares.
Me. I'm the only one that wants to go to the next level.
I'm the only one that wants to go to the NHL. What the heck?
Get real.
Jossie's still trying to make it in the PWHL.
You guys, I think the drafts. I think you can already declare for next year. And you know how I ran out of time. You know how I ran out of time last year.
Yeah.
If I get started early this year, I probably won't run out of time.
Yeah.
I think you should. Is there an age limit?
No.
Why are you asking that? She's clearly 29.
Oh, I'm not 29 like
I'm
the
not
rest
talking
of
about. I'm not talking for her. I was talking for me.
Oh
no, okay. But here's the thing: there is a player
Obviously.
out. They were talking about like from Vancouver or Seattle, like who played for Canada's national team at some point, like 15 years ago, and now she lives there. And like, there's a chance she might come be a reserve player for whichever team. And she's like in her late 30s, like 38, 39. So the comeback is coming back. And this pod, by the way, is like we are like the comeback queens because we always talk about what's back.
Yeah.
It's the McRib. Like, no matter what it is, we're always like, it's back.
It's back. Anissa Shishova.
Yeah, it's back. Everything is always back. Like, we are always talking about it's back.
It's back. We're giving everyone their relevant.
Yeah.
The McRib is back.
The hot shit aura is back. You know,
just in case anyone wants to know.
The Shamrock Shake is back.
Newsflash. Chi-Chi's.
Newsflash.
Chi-Chi's is back.
I thought it was Chico's. Or is it
That's different.
Chi-Chi?
That's the pair of jeans.
Did we talk about Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme's back.
We're done.
And we'll be back next week.
There's no way around. On top of the mound, I'm queen of the mountain. My cup running over. I already told ya, I'm moving fast.